So, review bombing is something that, unfortunately, a lot of video game companies have had to deal with over the years. Games like The Last of Us Part 2, for example, kind of, come out as one that stands out. Also, games like Star Wars Battlefront 2, which absolutely deserved the hate and criticism that it got. But there are times when review bombing is just flat out wrong, especially when it comes to bigotry and being hateful. And one such instance happened with developer Whitethorn Digital and their game Calico. Calico was released back in December of 2020. That's right, this is a game that is 2 years old. However, it was recently released on Xbox Live Gold. Now, for those who don't know, Xbox Live Gold is a subscription service. It's one of Xbox's subscription-based services, where they also have the more familiar Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate. Now, the reason why this game is getting review bombed is because, well, people are claiming that it has a LGBTQ message in it. I myself played the game. I streamed it on Twitch. I did not get to that point. However, yes, it does have that message in it, as I've seen from others. And look, I want to make something very clear. The domain supports the LGBTQ community. We are an ally, and we do not stand for bigotry, hatefulness, and anything else for that matter. And that's why I wanted to make a video about this. There's too many times in gaming where people like to use slurs for, for gay people, or homophobic slurs. I'm not going to say them here, obviously, nor do I want to say them. But pretty sure you know which ones I'm referring to. And it's sad that it is 2022 and there are people out there that play games like Calico, for instance, and are still offended that there are games out there that are that cater to or that are welcoming towards the LGBTQ community. People that are born that way, people that didn't choose who they are, and or who they love and whatever. You know what I mean? And yet there are people that are still bothered by this, so much so that in fact they're going to review bomb this game. So basically what happened is the Calico, the game on Twitter, put out this tweet, which I'm going to go ahead and read to you here. We're getting review bombed on Xbox pretty hard by some pretty hateful, bigoted people. Please don't read them until this is taken care of. You shouldn't have to be exposed to that kind of bigotry. Now, love make it very clear at Xbox this support. Has been cleared up. I did go and look at the reviews myself, and wow. Very, very disturbing to see people write homophobic slurs and very hateful messages about a game that is a pretty innocent game. I played it on Twitch for about an hour. My only criticism is the saves can get corrupted if you run into a soft lock. I thought the game was enjoyable. Graphics don't always matter to people like me, as long as I enjoy the game, and so I didn't have a problem with it. But there are people out there, still, that for whatever reason feel the need to let their voices be heard in such a manner that is going to be harmful to minorities, and more specifically, in this instance, the LGBTQ plus community. Now, we need to consider how that the Xbox is the only console that allows written reviews. You cannot write reviews of games on the Switch, and you cannot write reviews for games on the PS4, PS5, essentially the PSN store. So, Xbox and Microsoft needs to update and make it better and make the integrity of their reviews on their platform better. Now, if you look at Steam, for example, it actually shows the number of hours that people have actually spent playing the game when you go through the reviews. So I feel that this is something that maybe Xbox needs to consider. Hey, put under everybody's username and gamertag, whatever, how much time they've spent with the game. Show that. That way we can tell if someone really has authentically played the game or if they're just full of it, honestly. Maybe they need to make it to where you have to play the game for a set number of time, whether it's 30 to 45 minutes. Or, since, Microsoft has achievements, maybe they need to tie in some sort of thing where you have to earn, say, 2 to 3 achievements in a game. And that way you can at least prove that you have actually spent some time with the game. Enough time with the game to review it. Now, I know a lot of times some people can get a first impression of a game, and I'm all for, people looking at graphics or whatever. I mean, to me, like I said, graphics don't mean anything. But the one thing, as someone that has done reviews for a very, very long time, people's gender, race, sexual identity, and things like that, they never, ever should impact the review of a game. It shouldn't be something that matters so much and weighs so much that it actually impacts a review score. Why do those three things ever matter? They really shouldn't matter at all, especially when it comes to people's race and gender identity and sexual identity, for that matter. I mean, why do those things matter? They shouldn't matter. It's sad that there are still people out there that just have to be so damn hateful and bigoted that they feel the need to do this still. It doesn't matter what community it is, but why? Why bother doing this? So, Microsoft, I hope that you do something. If you're going to be the only console maker and supporter, and allowing people to post written reviews, then you need to do something and make some serious changes to the way, or to how people have access to reviewing games. Listen, here's the thing. This was a free game. It's on Xbox Live Gold. If you have Xbox Live Gold, you can download it and try it right now. The problem with Xbox reviews is the fact that you don't even need the license to the game. I've heard from several people the past couple days where all you have to do is just go onto the Xbox app, pre-install a game, and you don't even have to load up the game. That gives you the ability to review. So you have plenty of people that aren't even paying for these games, let alone getting them via a subscription service, and are able to somehow give their review. How's that fair? How's that work? So I hope that Microsoft finds some way to not only prevent these bigoted, homophobic, or whatever form of hate speech from being toxic into the reviewing process. We don't need that in any community. And the video game community is one that I'm extremely passionate about, and I have been for a very long time. Very, very long time. So I was like 5, okay? We don't need this. We do not need this in the community. And no community needs that. I mean, LGBTQ plus people should be able to play these games and not have to worry about someone coming across a review when looking for a game that maybe because they are a part of that community, want to feel like they can relate to it. It just really pisses me off to see this happen. I know it happened to another game. I believe it was called Moonglow Bay. It was a fishing game, and people did the exact same thing there. Now, I'm glad that Microsoft got rid of those offer reviews, and I'm not going to show any of those here. I didn't even bother screenshotting them when they were up because they've all been taken down from what I just recently looked at. I'm not going to show them because why would I promote that? I'm not going to promote those people here. But I just want to know, Microsoft, please, what are you going to do to implement something? If you're going to be the only console maker, seller, provider of home video game consoles, what are you going to do to make the integrity of your reviews better? Because right now, anybody can just write a 1 or 2 word review and not even play the game, or not even proven in some way that they have played the game. And maybe this is something they need to implement on Metacritic too. I know a lot of times games get review bombed for things, and sometimes they deserve it, like EA and all their microtransactions. But when you have games like The Last of Us Part 2. I didn't like The Last of Us Part 2, but it didn't deserve all the review bombing stuff that it got. I feel like it didn't anyway. But even so, there's better ways, and we don't need to have all this hate in any community, and we certainly don't need racism or bigotry or homophobia or what have you. Any of that stuff should be bleeding into any community, and no matter what it is you're a fan of. In this instance, it's unfortunately the video game community. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And I'm surprised I didn't see any. I looked for this on YouTube. I didn't see anybody cover this at all. That makes me kind of sad. There's a lot of people I follow here on YouTube. I'm not going to say who, but I'm kind of shocked that from all the video game YouTube channels that I follow, no one covered this. I don't know why. This is important. This is a huge thing. Anyway, I will see you guys on the next video. Let me know what your thoughts on this are in the comment section below. Also, please subscribe to our channel where we post videos about everything from the video game industry to convention reviews and everything else in between. Until the next time, I'll see you guys.